country situation that's pushing us to run two businesses together. I'm in my early 30s now. I've been into business for close to 7 years. The sector has not been regulated by the federal government over time. The business is very capital intensive. I would advise myself to be less dependent on education because if you do the best, so for you to have that respect, so you have to also have your own thing. You have to be okay financially to command that respect.
How are you?
I'm fine.
What's your name?
My name is Samuel Omali.
Okay. Firstly, you tell us what you do for a living.
Uh, I'm into business. I'm into farming and also into oil and gas supply.
All right. How old are you?
I'm in my early 30s now.
Okay. Since how long have you been into business?
I've been into business for close to 7 years.
7 good years, meaning you will have gotten a lot of experience. With the situation of the country, I know very sure that to run a business in this country comes with a lot of challenges. So how have you been able to manage two businesses together in this current situation?
It has not really been easy running both businesses together. And I think it's the country situation that's pushing us to run two businesses together. Because if the country is okay, if you are doing one type of business, I think you will not have stress, adding more stress to yourself. But since the economic situation of the country is not okay, and we have to also survive, so we have to add something else to it. So just like how it is said, if you want to succeed, you have to work hard. So I think the desperation to succeed has kept us going.
So can you tell us more about oil industry and also farming industry?
Mm, Based on my little experience from business over time, I think the farming industry in Nigeria is okay and it's not really okay because the sector is not really regulated. So they've left it for ordinary businessmen and farmers. The problem with the government is that they always talk about agriculture, and they always think that agriculture is just based on rice farming alone. So they neglect all other sectors. Like the last government under Buhari, it was more of anchor borrowers for only rice farmers, and they forget the other sector of the agricultural business. So the business over time, the business is very capital intensive, and along the line, it's left for you as a farmer on your own. Whatever circumstances you face, you have to face it. So I think the agricultural business in Nigeria for me presently is not that suitable. The government have to come in. And for the oil sector, the oil sector business is very okay. But along the line, since the coming of the Dangote refinery and all that, I think he has given a huge fight to the marketer. So he's trying to cover that sector as a whole because over the time.
By monopolizing the sector.
And if you want to call it monopoly or you want to call it in another form, at times you may not blame him for taking that action because our government have failed over time for not maintaining our refinery. So if one man come and spend over $20 billion of his own personal money to invest, you don't want that kind of investment to fail. So you will not blame me in total because other businessmen have been there in that business sector and they've been importing fuel over 30, 50 years. None of them could come together and, okay, let's come together, put our resources together and build a new refinery. But they left it for him. Now that he has done it, I think he's trying to push them out of the business. And for me, I don't think he may really have 100% of the blame. I think the federal government has their own percentage, and also the marketers over the time. They've neglected the sector. They just focused on making profits and refuse to maybe develop the sector.
I love to ask this question because it helps people to reconnect back to their younger self. So if you could take back time to your maybe 20-year-old self, what is that one advice you could give to your 20-year-old self?
The one advice I would give to my 20-year-old self, I think I would advise myself to be less dependent on school or education because over the time when we were growing up, our parents used to talk about school, 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 school. Even some of us or some of our friends that have talent, football talent and all, I think that desperation of going to school, becoming a doctor, becoming a nurse, becoming an engineer, I think it killed so many dreams. So many people that had those kind of talent, physical talent, vocational skills. Most of our parents did not encourage us in that aspect of life. They only believe education is within the walls of the university, and which is very wrong. I think what I would advise my younger self is if I see that I have a level of skill, maybe tech skill, vocational skill, any form of skill, I know I can leverage on. I think I'll work on it so that I can develop my skill instead of pursuing the normal basic education that we always run to school. Okay, let me give an example. Many people these days go to school. When they come out from school, they will not still go back and start learning hairdressing, tailoring. And all. So why spend all those 4 5 years going to school service, and when you come back, you not still go and learn another skill for 2 or 3 years again? So I think if you know you can have this kind of skill, because the job is not there for it. After going to those kind of school for formal education and you come out, there are not so much jobs. Getting jobs in Nigeria these days is more of like luck. So if you are not lucky to get that kind of job, what are you going to do? You still go back to begin and learn a skill. So I think I would advise my younger self, try and get a skill, a working skill that I know I can work and maybe build on myself.
Why is businesses not doing well in Nigeria compared to developed countries?
Basically, is the lack of leadership or lack of good government that we have in terms of their economic policies and everything. If you go to the overseas world, they judge themselves based on merit or based on your know-how. But here in Nigeria, the way we elect our leaders is not really encouraging. So when they come into power, they tend to want to maybe make themselves rich and all. So they tend to forget about the economic aspect of life. So the economy, their economic policies they are very very inconsistent, because one government, and they do not believe on continuity. One government will come now today, prefer a policy, the next day is a different policy. So and there is no encouragement generally in terms of how they run the business. So whatever government that comes, he just wants to do his own policy, make his own money and leave. That's why you see that most people that are in Nigeria here today, when they leave and go outside of this country, they do better. They do better because the system there, even without government, the system is already checkmate.
Even after traveling out of the country, some will come back and say Nigeria is still the best country to run a business. So what do you think about it?
Most people that have those kind of thoughts, if you listen to them very well, when they say Nigeria is still the best place to run a business, is because Nigeria is more of like a banana republic. Because here in Nigeria, whatever business you run, we evade tax a lot. So there are some civic responsibilities that we have to do as citizens, because government is giving us, and so we have to give back to the government. It's because they evade those kind of things here in Nigeria. That's why they tell you that Nigeria is a better place to do business. But when you do your business there, over there, outside this country, the government give you a lot of leeways, a lot of loans, a lot of opportunity for you. So by the time you make a business, you make it. So they have to tax you. You have to give back to the government. That's why I say that most of them will complain that it's better to run a business here, because when they come out to Nigeria, they can do anyhow in Nigeria. What they cannot do overseas there, when they come back to Nigeria, they will do them, because they feel Nigeria, we have laws, but the implementation is very bad. So they feel they can do anything. You can run your business, you can have so many houses, so many cars, that you will not pay anything to the government and nobody will disturb you. That's why most of them will tell you that it's better to do business here in Nigeria. For me, I don't think Nigeria is better in terms to do business than overseas. Overseas is much, much better.
All right, with everything around us, do you think Nigeria is on the verge of getting better soon?
Let's keep praying and hoping that Nigeria will get better soon, because the indices are not showing that way, that Nigeria is getting. Because with every election cycle, we always tend to regret, or we always tend to miss our previous leaders based on the hardship each government brings forth. So if you say Nigeria is moving to a better level, the indices will not qualify that. If you go to the street or you go to the market and ask different people, they'll tell you no, that what they experienced 2 3 years ago is better than what they are experiencing now.
If I may ask, with everything you have explained so far, if you look around you at the same time, you see that a lot of youth are getting frustrated, maybe from not getting a job or from not getting that finances to, better their life. So what do you think youth should get themselves involved so that their life can get better?
The only advice I know I can give, because here in Nigeria at times we give advice from a point of comfort or from a point of opportunity, not minding maybe that other person may have that kind of opportunity too. But nonetheless, whatever the advice I can give to youth is, maybe because of the economic situation now, I would just advise the youth that are there, maybe they can learn new skills to help themselves. Because if you keep waiting, so many people these days go to university and come back. If you go to the every year, maybe towards the end of the year, I don't know when they do their convocation. So many people are doing convocation and are coming out into the job market field, and there is no job. So people keep going to school, people keep coming out, parents keep sending their children to school, they keep coming out, and there is no job. So I would just advise the youth of these days, look for one skills to learn one vocational skill to have to support you, so that even when the job is not there, you have something to cover for yourself without waiting for the government. Because if we keep waiting for the government, I don't think we're going to have anything to do, and the frustration will keep on going up.
Now let's talking about Nigeria. Let's talk about life in general. Are you married?
Yes, I'm married.
How long have you been into your marriage?
I have been into my marriage for close to 2 years now.
So meaning you have gotten at least some experience that you can share with us.
I have gotten little experience, not
Okay.
much.
So what can you say about love or about marriage in general?
For me, I think love is all about respect and respecting your other partner, and trying to whatever you will not accept or whatever you not take, not doing to your other partner. So I think that's my own definition for love and everything. So, and marriage, you need that love and that respect for you to for both of you to coexist. If the love and the respect is not there, there's going to be a problem. And also another thing is what they will not always tell us, maybe in the church or in the devotional aspect of life, when you squeeze that. Even for marriage, you still need finances to make the marriage to succeed and to marriage to be happy. Because if there's no money too, the marriage will not be that interesting. That happiness and that love and respect we're talking about may not be there, because one day the woman may get tired of the complaint and everything, and she'll start lashing out at you. So I think finances too is still very important for marriage.
Okay, do you think 50-50 in marriage, because many couples do complain about that? Do you think 50-50 is the best way to maintain a marriage?
Even 50-50 in terms of splitting of
Yes, the
responsibility.
responsibility. Yeah.
There's yeah, in our culture in Nigeria, I don't think that can work. If we are in outside the shores of this nation, the way they live their life, their culture and everything, it can work fine for them. But here in Nigeria, the responsibility has always been placed on man. So I will not be the one in my own time to come and change it, because I watched my parents growing up, and I see that my dad took most of the responsibility in terms of catering for the family. So I think I will try and pass that also to my own children, because if you say 50-50, do 50-50 the best for a man and woman to plan their family together in terms of their responsibility and everything. But I think you hardly see a family or a lady that will accept that kind of responsibility. Even if she won't accept, her family will tell her that, or her friends will tell her that, are you stupid? I mean, what is wrong with you? How will you be the one doing what the man is supposed to do? So I think the cultural mindset is already built it's already built against 50-50 in Nigeria. So I don't think it's going to work in Nigeria. So if you are a man and you are married or planning to get married, just try and get your own finances for the respect to be there. Even if your wife will give you the respect, and if you don't have, the family of the girl will not give you that respect, because if you're not providing, if you're not doing your own part, they will not give you that respect, even if your wife is giving you the respect. So for you to have that respect, so you have to also have your own, you have to be okay financially to command that respect.
3 years ago, you were single, and fast forward to now that you are married. Can you compare the life you were living back then to the life you are living now?
I think the life back then has changed to the one I'm living now. I think now I am more cautious because I have a family now. And back then I used to live my life anyhow. I don't really care much about what's going to happen maybe today or tomorrow. I just leave it. But now I have to be very cautious. Whatever decision I make for myself, I have to think first for my family before making them. So, and also my responsibility of life in terms of taking care of myself and my family. In the past, whatever money I make, however little or much is it, I feel that okay, it's okay for me to live my life and do whatever I want to do. But these days now, I have to think that this money I made is it going to be okay for me and my family. If I see that it's not okay, I have to also increase the level of my hustling so that it can cater for my family. But when I was single, it's not it's used not it was not like that. I just feel like okay, I've made this money, okay, let me enjoy myself. I go out a lot, but these days I've reduced the way I go out because of my family. I think it's a different ballgame, because you have to give your family or your wife that respect.
As a married man, how can you define happiness in marriage?
Happiness in marriage is all about achieving whatever you both of you are set out to achieve in that particular marriage. At least before husband and wife will get married, at least they will say some things to themselves. This is what we want to do. This is what we want to achieve. And along the line, if you guys started achieving them, I think that one is brings about happiness or success. And also for me, financial gain too is also happiness, because coming from a point of view of a man, if a man is not financially okay, is never happy because his thoughts and mindset will not be okay. So, and if his thought and mindset is not okay, he will find it hard to transfer it to the woman. So I think there will be a form of disconnect between the both of them. So I think if finance too is there, the happiness will be there.
Was there a point in your life that you felt like just giving up? Maybe on business, maybe on life, or just anything.
There have been a point in life that I felt like giving up or not doing anything again, especially when I was doing business, my farming business. Like I told you earlier, the farming sector in Nigeria is not really okay. It's not regulated. Everything just goes. So then I had experiences that was very bad, and I felt really really bad, and I felt like giving up, even on the business and even of life, because I felt that I have invested a lot, and this is how everything is going to go down the drain. But but then I still thought my family and my friends kept advising me, kept encouraging me. I also encouraged myself that this is not the end of the life. I had so many things I already had in plan that I want to become in life. And then too, I was not also married. So I also plan on maybe getting married too. So I felt that if I give up my dreams or my life now because of this little setback, so that means I did not achieve anything in life. So I encouraged myself, and I kept up, and I brought myself up that even failure is part of learning for me. So I've used that failure in the past and use it for my success today.
So tell us the secret behind your smooth running business.
The secret of business for me is just, especially here in Nigeria, that we just have a lot of shock absorber. By shock absorber, I mean having a backup in terms of financial backup in whatever business you are, because the businesses in Nigeria is the because of how Nigeria is not regulated in terms of the economic aspect of it. The policies of the government just comes and go. So there may be a point that policies may favor you and your business may blossom. And there may be a point that the policies may not favor you and you may go down the drain. So you have to have a good shock absorber, maybe in terms of loan or financial backup, so that whenever those kind of issues come, you can always use your shock absorber to hold yourself up. So I think my advice is for people to try to save up and have financial backup in whatever business you do, whatever business you have, so that whatever problem come, you can always withstand it.
Now that you are in your 30s, I know what is really going on in the country because life is very unbearable for most people that are in their 30s. In our 20s, life is kind of different to what we are experiencing now. So why is it like that?
For me, I will still take it from the country perspective, because if the economy is okay, I don't think we're going to be complaining. The reason why we are complaining that life is a bit hard for us in our 30s is because I think now we have more responsibility in terms of family, and your income, what you were earning maybe 5 years ago. I think with the devaluation of the economy or the naira now, I think it's almost the same thing, or it's even lesser than that. So you can imagine, maybe if you were earning maybe 200,000 naira then, or if you're having any 100,000 naira then, and now you're earning 200,000 naira. I think then the value of the 100,000 naira is far better than the value of the 200,000 naira now. So if you can imagine, if you have a family, how you'll be feeling that you are feeling hardship in your 30s. I think if the country is okay, it's only we here in Africa or in Nigeria that complain that way. If you go to a working country, they don't complain that life is hard for them in their 30s. Even before 30s, most of them, they are already well to do. They are doing okay. If you watch most of this American movie or the documentary, you will see that somebody in his 30s, on his 30s, early 30s or late 30s, if you see their children, they'll have kids of 15, 18, 17, and they are in their 30s. It's because the system is very okay. Everything is well planned. So even when you are in your 30s, you will not feel the harsh reality of life, because there's everything there for you. Your children goes to government schools that government pays for them. You have grants. If you have disability children, government give them support. If you don't have job, government give you support until you can get a job. If you go to school, you take bursary, you take loan from the government. And so how are you going to feel that things are too hard for you? But here in Nigeria, you by yourself, you provide light, you provide water, you provide food, you provide security, almost everything you have to provide for yourself.
All right, thank you very much. One word for the youth watching this video.
The word I will give every youth watching this video is that the country is not going to change overnight, and we are the one that we're going to change the country by ourselves. Or if you become successful in life now, that means you have changed your own country in your own aspect of life. So I'll just advise that every youth maybe that is not having anything to do, try and look for a skill to learn. Don't wait for government to give you job, or don't wait for somebody to give you job. Look for a skill to learn and improve yourself on that skill. Once you improve yourself on that skill, I think you get a job, or you get something that you do that can give you finances and give you money to do. If you keep waiting for the government, I don't think anything is going to change. That's my advice for them.
All right. For people who don't know you before and are just getting to know you, what can you say about yourself?
Um, like I said, my name is Samuel. I'm okay. I'm easy to go. I relate with everybody. I'm a kind person in my own way. So I'm just a simple, very, very simple person. So there's nothing much to say.
Thank you very much. Nice to have you on the show.
No problem. No problem. Anytime you can call on me.
All right.